The question of whether moderate wine consumption protects against or contributes to Alzheimer's disease is both scientifically complex and highly debated. For decades, red wine, particularly in the context of the Mediterranean diet, has been romanticized for its supposed brain benefits, largely due to compounds like resveratrol and flavonoids. At the same time, alcohol is a known neurotoxin in high amounts and has well-documented links to brain shrinkage, memory impairment, and increased dementia risk. The truth likely lies somewhere in between, and the line between moderate and harmful is not always as clear or consistent as it seems. Some observational studies have suggested that light to moderate alcohol intake, typically defined as up to 1 drink per day for women and up to 2 for men, may be associated with a lower risk of cognitive decline or Alzheimer's disease compared to both heavy drinkers and abstainers. This U-shaped pattern has been especially noted in populations consuming wine rather than other alcoholic beverages. Researchers have proposed that polyphenol found in red wine, such as resveratrol, may help combat oxidative stress, reduce neuroinflammation, and improve blood flow to the brain. Resveratrol, in particular, has attracted attention for its potential to activate sirtuins, proteins involved in DNA repair, anti-inflammatory signaling, and cellular longevity. However, most of the beneficial effects observed in lab studies use doses far higher than what a person would realistically obtain from drinking wine. To match the resveratrol content used in many of these experiments, one would need to consume dozens of glasses of wine per day, clearly defeating any protective intent. More recent and rigorous research has begun to challenge the idea that moderate alcohol is inherently beneficial. A growing number of brain imaging studies, including large-scale datasets like the UK Biobank, show a linear relationship between alcohol intake and reduced brain volume, even at moderate levels. These structural changes include thinning of the cortex and reduced white matter integrity, both of which are linked to a higher risk of dementia and cognitive decline over time. Importantly, alcohol affects APOE4 carriers, those with a genetic predisposition to Alzheimer's, more strongly. Even modest alcohol use in APOE4 positive individuals has been associated with greater brain shrinkage and elevated dementia risk, suggesting that what may be considered moderate for the general population could still be harmful in genetically vulnerable groups. Additionally, women tend to metabolize alcohol more slowly than men and may be more susceptible to its neurological effects, even at the same level of consumption. Sleep disruption is another important but often overlooked consequence. Even small amounts of alcohol can impair the quality of deep sleep and REM cycles, both of which are essential for memory consolidation and brain detoxification through the glymphatic system. Over time, impaired sleep may compound the inflammatory and oxidative burden on the brain. The social and psychological context of drinking also matters. A glass of wine with a nutrient-rich meal in a relaxed social environment may exert different effects than drinking in isolation, under stress, or with poor dietary habits. That said, any potential benefit appears to come not from alcohol itself, but from the overall lifestyle in which it is embedded, particularly the diet, activity level, and social engagement typical of Mediterranean populations. For individuals concerned about cognitive aging, the safest approach may not be to start or continue drinking for brain health. The potential benefits of moderate wine consumption are subtle and not guaranteed, while the risks, especially for certain individuals, are measurable and cumulative. Fortunately, many of the plant-based compounds found in wine, like flavonoids and resveratrol, are also abundant in grapes, berries, cocoa, and other non-alcoholic sources. These foods provide similar antioxidant and anti-inflammatory benefits without the drawbacks of alcohol. In conclusion, moderate wine consumption may not be overtly harmful for everyone and could be neutral or slightly protective when part of an overall healthy lifestyle. But the scientific consensus is shifting away from endorsing alcohol as a brain protective strategy, especially for older adults or those at higher genetic risk. For most people, the cognitive benefits of a Mediterranean-style diet, regular exercise, quality sleep, and social engagement far outweigh any contribution that alcohol might offer, and they come without the neurological cost.